It's so stupid when fat fall, but like you do know being fat is unhealthy, right? That would be like going up to someone with cancer and saying you do know that it is unhealthy to have cancer, right?
Comparing fat to cancer is like comparing beets and tomatoes. That would be a flawed comparison as they don't even belong to the same group.
Like there is no cure tip, absolutely none. There is no proven way to make a fat person into a thin person.
Technically, that is right in the sense that you cannot make anyone into anything else. However, if this statement implies that weight loss doesn't exist, then this is a farce. It is interesting how the people in the fat acceptance and similar movements who attack those who disagree with them and claim to be invalidated, yet by making idiotic statements such as weight loss doesn't exist, they're doing just that, invalidating those who have attempted weight loss, succeeded, and maintained it. I bet these people go to bed each night wishing for the following day to be the day that Adele gets back the weight that she has lost. I'm sure they've been waiting for that to happen since they tried to cancel her for her weight loss, waiting and checking on her so they can use her to make their point. I mean, would you be surprised?
Look up in basic, unbiased weight science and studies that aren't done on just 5 people over the course of 6 months, and that considers significant weight loss to be 10 pounds.
First of all, 10 pounds is significant weight loss. Weight loss is not easy, and if it was, everybody, including yourself, would do it with a snap of a finger or wink of an eye. Of course, 10 pounds lost will be different depending on the situation and the body composition of the person, but regardless of the person's starting weight, mocking a 10-pound weight loss only shows jealousy from you for failing to reach such a feat.
Actually, take 1 second to educate yourself.
Coming from the uneducated.
And this is even ignoring the fact that the science on how unhealthy it is to be fat is heavily debatable and that there are no studies that have actually proven weight to be a cause of disease.
Did you see what this person just did there? With the change of just one word, they can fool those who are not paying attention. It is true that weight in itself is not the issue for the most part. It is not your weight that puts you at risk of conditions like heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and so on. Your weight does not do that. However, the amount of fat that you carry in your body and around your vital organs is what puts you at risk of those diseases and what the studies and science are about. It is fine if you want to just throw your hands up in the sky and give up on yourself, but trying to enroll others to do the same by spreading these dangerous lies is where it becomes a problem. It is also fair to note that even though a pound of fat and a pound of muscle are the same on the scale, the two are not the same when you take the scale out of the picture. Muscles are dense and take less room than fat. Your 300 pounds and more are not muscles but fat, and that much fat is unhealthy. Now, to come back to the comparison of cancer with fat, cancer is treatable. There may not be any cure for it yet, but people go on to live long lives and die of something else but cancer. Yes, it can come back, but just because there are chances that it may come back, people who are diagnosed with cancer don't just throw their hands up in the air and say, well, it's gonna come back, so what's the point in even trying any treatment? Let's just wait to die, and in the meantime, I'm going to glorify it and tell people how great it is to have cancer and tell the world to stop discriminating against cancer patients and to stop oppressing us. Do you now see the idiocy of that analogy?
I know this is hard to hear, but if you struggle with binge eating, All the willpower in the world won't keep you from binging if you're not eating enough. You have to stop restricting food to stop binging.
Whoa! Are we fighting fire with fire now? No one just decides to binge it. And a lot of the time, this is a coping mechanism. For what? You must ask yourself, what makes you turn to food to cope? The safer way should be to seek professional help because that is not normal behavior, and a healthcare professional will not only help you get to the cause of this, but treat it too.
Here's your daily reminder that Lizzo is not only vegan but works out every day and is a performer which requires a lot of energy and stamina and is still big the way she is. Stop judging how unhealthy people are based on how they look. Fat isn't synonymous with unhealthy.
First of all, being vegan doesn't mean anything as far as body fat is concerned. You can still overeat on a vegan diet, and that will still make you gain weight. And I demonstrated that in the last two What I Eat in a Day as a Fat Person videos on the channel. Lizzo is obese because not only she overeats, but she also makes poor choices with what she eats and drinks and how. She eats too much. Point bar. Now, I've never seen any of Lizzo's performances, but I will bet that each practice for those performances is longer than it should be because not only her team and her have to make too many adjustments because of her size to keep her safe, but also they have to stop a lot for her to catch her breath with any stunt she does, as well as taking more time to even do those stunts in the first place. So, just because you're seeing a somewhat flawless performance without having seen all the difficulties and scary moments that happen behind the scenes doesn't mean your performer is energetic and full of stamina standing at 400 pounds and more. Lizzo is not healthy, and in your own word, stop judging how energetic and full of stamina obese people appear to be just because that's what you want to believe.
Just a reminder that sharing before and after photos or videos where there is weight loss is harmful.
Harmful to whom?
When a fair fat person
Wait, what? Is being obese or morbidly obese an achievement now? Failed fat person. Wow. Imagine you had cancer and it went in remission. Congratulations, now you're a failed cancer patient. You stopped drinking yourself to cirrhosis? What a failed drinker you are. Wait, you no longer smoke? Get out of here, you failed smoker. We can keep going, but it won't get any less ridiculous.
aka a fat person who is now thin, creates content that reinforces anti-fatness, it negatively impacts everyone around them, especially their fat friends and community.
I don't see how someone losing weight has an impact on their friends and community. If their fat friends are mad that the person lost weight, then the fat friends are the ones with the issues because, like, why are you mad or have negative feelings? Is it jealousy that your friend gets to live a healthier life and do things that they couldn't do before because the fat they used to carry will be in their way? If you're mad that your friend is happier and healthier, then you shouldn't be friends in the first place as you're clearly not a support to them. Their weight loss is about them, not about you.
Formerly fat people often fall into the fat phobia that had been pushed onto them by suggesting that their former fat self is no longer with them now that they are thin. Power is a hell of thing. When people gain access to power that they never had before, aka teen privilege,
Here we go.
they begin to enact the harm they once felt onto others as an act of power difference.
Interesting that this person is mentioning power. Isn't it a power grab move to demand that others don't post before and after pictures just because they hurt your feelings?
If they shit on their fat former self, then they can show they are no longer tied or linked to fatness. Some formerly fat people simply do it out of resentment that their weight loss did not give them everything they thought it would, like complete happiness with their body. Here's a general reminder for all of us. How you talk about your body in front of others online and in public impacts the people who intentionally and unintentionally hear you.
Now they want to censor others. First, we censor them. Next, we censor them. Problem solved. The world is now as I want. Not offending to me. Get out of here.
The excuse of that's just how I feel about my own body doesn't stop the hurt from happening. If you want to talk about your negative body feeling, ask permission first and understand your positionality.
Whoa, is this person serious? You have to ask permission to post anything on your own page. Who's playing the power card now?
Hot tip. Don't post before and after content, period. But since I can't control people's action,
What a great things that you can't.
don't do it unless you're ready for the impact it will have on the people who will see it.
If you have triggers, it's your responsibility to avoid what sets them off. If you don't want to see before and after pictures, then don't look for them. And if someone posts them and they show on your timeline, you can either ignore or block them.
Think about the language you use, the impact it will have, and what you're trying to do by sharing these things with others. What's your goal?
Yes, original poster. Think about the language you use, the impact it will have, and what you're trying to do by sharing these things with others. What's your goal? What motivates you to make this demand? What authority do you have to make this demand? What is your goal? When an obese person says they don't eat much, excluding rare exceptions, how can that be true? Is the gauge that tells them how much it's normal to eat broken?
I'm obese at 190 pounds. I average less than 1500 calories a day, the only sweets being a small serving of dessert after dinner.
Okay, first of all, 1500 calories for an obese individual is very low, unless the person is very short. So, either this person has a condition that requires them to maintain such low calories and they're closely monitored by a physician, or they're blatantly lying. I'm more leaning toward the latter. They are not being honest with themselves because at 1500 calories daily, you'd go from obese to not obese in a relatively short amount of time. Also, are they counting all the calories they have or just the meals and giving themselves passes for the sugary drinks they have? And are they even honest about the daily calories they actually have? I don't eat much means absolutely nothing.
My doctor told me 1200 to 1600 for safe weight loss. My meals are homemade. I use low fat meat. I use lots of veggies. I do all the stuff people of a regular weight do. My metabolism is just screwed between stress, having worked overnights for the past forever, and a side effect of my birth control being weight gain.
All I hear is excuses. Yes, some birth control means will have weight gain as side effects, especially the invasive ones that go inside you, but they do not make weight loss impossible. More difficult, possibly, but not impossible. Yes, stress can cause you to gain weight. To cope with it, you may turn to food and therefore eat more than you need. It is valid. The opposite is also true. Stress affects people differently. Now, cooking your own meals using a lot of vegetables and low fat meat don't mean anything. If you're eating more than you need, you are not going to lose weight. You can cook your own meals and still make those meals very unhealthy. So, unless you weigh everything you eat and drink and document everything with no cheating to help you stick to 1500 calories, you're overeating and that's why you're obese.
I'm burning an average of 600 calories just going about my daily routine on low activity days when I bother to count things. Admittedly, I am finally starting to lose a couple pounds, but it is not due to exercise or eating habits changing. It's because I left night shift and switched to a less stressful job. Not all weight issues are caused by shoving food in your mouth or being lazy. And honestly, not eating enough can cause more issues as it slows your metabolism down, worse as your body is going into starvation mode.
This person is confused. Night shift jobs don't make you gain or lose weight. How you deal with them may do. The way they're explaining their experience makes it sound like it is their previous job that made them obese. No, the conditions at their previous jobs were very bad, and I'm not going to diminish that. But to make it through, this person coped with food despite their intended daily 1500 calories. Leaving those bad conditions for better ones in a new job gave them the opportunity to better care for themselves as they had a better outlook to life and themselves. That's why they're now intentionally losing weight. Thanks for watching, besties. Train mean.